Welcome to Crisis of Empire. We will be picking up where we left off last week. So these guys got into, uh, or were caught up in a fairly major naval skirmish on Lake Okayama. There was frogmen underneath, beneath the waves, and Ronnie is right now in the steamer's small little single bed med bay, recovering from a spear gun to the chest, and yeah, it was a big hairball. Meanwhile, on the surface, a rebel steamer along with two rebel jet skis were coming up, and then on the bottom half came in a government steamer, and so the travelers boat was kind of caught in between. um, the government steamer kind of ended up chasing them off, and during this entire furball, uh, Gully noticed, or was able to spot the location of the wrecked steamer that they have been searching for. And so that is where we'll be picking up. Before we get started, I would like to point a finger in the direction of Mystic Bowl Games. They have these books. They are log journals for the player or anybody really that takes notes in their Traveler game. They have up to 26 weeks worth of journal pages. There are maps for you to fill in. There's all manner of things in here, and they are spiral bound and they lay flat, so it makes it very easy for you to uh, take notes. If those are something that you would be interested in, go check them out over at Mystic Bowl Games, and there will be a link in the description down below. And they are very well priced. You're not going to break the bank picking these up. So I 26 weeks goes by quick, so I would recommend picking up two or three of them. So yeah, check out Mystic Bowl Games. All right, so
Yeah, be
that
sure you drop that link in the channel, the Discord channel.
yeah, I in fact I could do that. Find it here. Yeah, these things are cool, and they're compatible with Cepheus Engine or Traveler or even Traveler SRD. They're very cool.
Yeah, I just like to collect stuff. So
Yeah. Here it is. I will drop that into the Traveler channel right now in the general chat.
great, thanks.
No problem. There you go. All right. So, so I don't remember. Did you guys? Well, yeah, you went back up to the steamer because you had to bring Ronnie and his bleeding ass back up onto the boat. So it by this time, it is probably getting to be probably close to sunset. You've got a maybe an hour or two left of daylight before the sun goes down. Question is, do you want to stay out here? I mean, obviously, this is not the safest location. Um, you could drop anchor and wait throughout the night, or you can dive into the water and uh, get the job done now. Now, if I remember, Gully, you popped one of the die packs to mark the
Yeah,
location.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What was Salve doing?
Bleeding. I got hurt too, so I could use
Oh,
a
were
little
you,
first
were you
aid.
going back up?
Yeah, yeah, I need to.
Okay.
But yeah, if somebody could give me some first aid, I'd sure appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Sure.
Thank you.
Medic.
I guess I was just gonna
Heal-
try to
Heals 2 back.
cruise through
Thank you.
that.
Sorry, what was that?
I was gonna try to cruise through that just real quick, to get a read.
A read on what? Oh,
Well,
you wanted to check out the wreck real quick?
yeah.
Okay. Mr. Brian.
Yo.
So they are back up at the boat. Remo just did some first aid on Salve. Ronnie's in the one little stretcher bed in the med bay. I think, if I remember, he already got some first aid, so he's at least stable. What's Mintaka doing?
Where did that other boat, the one that was not the pirates or whatever?
The government boat, it chased them up off to the north and just kept chasing them.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. Then I can't really help the first aid, and we've got the wreck marked.
Yep.
I'll just kind of chill.
Okay. Well, I mean, there is.
Somebody want to grab the robo thing?
Yes, I figured that the robot was probably already pulled aboard along with Ronnie.
Okay.
I mean, the robot can operate on its own, if need be. But it's really kind of designed to work in tandem with somebody with electronics remote ops. Is kind of the best deal. You know, and this
Who was manning that underwater at the time?
well, Ronnie was operating it.
So do we have the control board?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a waterproof control board, the whole bit. So it can either be operated from the boat itself, or it can be operated underwater if you're diving.
But I'm assuming that we secured the control thing with Ronnie coming up out of in the bubble, right?
Yeah. I imagine that it would probably be attached to like a lanyard. So
Okay.
it came with him when he was dragged up.
All right.
Mintaka, you're just chilling out on the boat. You don't want to dive.
I figure better to get everybody stable before we jump back down in the water, no?
Well, I know Gully was going down the water.
Oh.
So it's and Remo already did some first aid on Salve. So
I'll go back if
I'll suit up
my
then.
food's still ready.
okay.
If he's gonna stay up on the boat once he's stable, then I'll suit up to get ready to go down.
Okay.
There's no sense in me just hanging out.
So yeah, you throw on a dive suit and you and Gully jump in the water while Remo is kind of dealing with Salve. Remo's first aid, about 40 minutes is gonna. It's gonna take about 40 minutes to kind of stitch him up and clean him up and all of that. But Gully
Okay.
and Mintaka, you dive into the water and kind of follow. It's not hard to follow. There's a big dye plume coming up in the water where Gully had dropped the dye pack, and you do come upon the wreck. And it looks almost identical. You know, these steamers. There's not a whole lot of variation in these steamers. Looks almost identical to the one that is on the surface that you're diving from. But you can see, I mean, almost immediately you can see bullet holes in this thing. There are, an obvious series of holes in the lower hull. It looks like it might have been hit with um, either some kind of missile or maybe a rocket launcher. Um, it doesn't look like it sank. It looks like it was probably limping along for a while before it just finally went under. Um, what are you guys doing? How are you entering into this? Are you going into the top? Like, there's two decks here. There's probably a hole down below. So, how are you wanting to enter?
I
I
lean
don't
towards
have a
top
good
down in case
language.
the top level's not stable.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have a good language with boats, so
I'm basically just manning the scanners to see if anything else occurs. I mean, there was a combat that occurred. I'm worried about reinforcements showing up from either side.
Good plan. Go ahead and make a electronic sensors plus intellect check.
Don't forget, one of those divers got away too, and he's got nowhere to go.
he was wounded, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was really badly wounded.
Was he? I thought he got away clean. Okay.
No,
Well,
he was pretty badly wounded.
but I mean, even if he did get away clean, there was no boat for him to get into to leave.
Right.
Yeah, that's my concern. He might want ours.
All right. Well, I got a 13 on my sensors.
So scanning the area, I mean, these aren't the best sensors, but the one thing that that these sensors on the steamer do offer, I mean, they're not fantastic, but it does both the surface and underwater. So it's basically got like a sonar system. You're not picking up anything in the immediate vicinity. These sensors are, like I said, they're not great, but they go out to a range of about 10 clicks, and so out to about a kilometer. And you're not picking up anything. Something as small as the diver, you're not sure. It's you're not seeing him. I mean, you're seeing, of course, a number of fish. My grandpa's about the fish finder. Um, yeah, you're seeing a number of fish, but you're not seeing anything large like the diver that got away. It is possible that he may have caught a ride with one of the retreating um, jet skis, because one of the jet skis got totaled, and it's possible that the other jet ski may have retrieved the diver. You don't know. But whatever has happened, they have moved far enough away that even the government boat's not pinging on your sensors. That's not
Got it.
to say that they won't turn back around at some point and come back this way. So time is of the essence.
Yeah, so I want to search it quick, like just give it a quick once over and then be able to report back.
Okay.
Looking for bodies, looking for anything that might hold a data chip that we need.
Okay. So both Mintaka and Gully, you can make a recon plus intellect check.
God.
Nice. So Mintaka, you're swimming around and you kind of come in towards this top area. This is where the bridge is. And you do, both of you immediately can see all five of the bodies, because there was only these five guys that were doing the survey that went down with the boat. And you can see their corpses in here. They of course are, I wouldn't say that they're completely skeletons, but they're not in the best of conditions, having been underwater. And so, I mean, they're partial skeletons, but they're still chunky. Gully, you find that one, or underneath the one of the shelves in the con tower, beneath what what would be their sensor system, you are seeing that there is an additional device that your steamer does not have. It looks like, um, well, you've seen these before. It is a computer system that it's basically like a NAS storage, and it's just has, and you can see that in this is a cylinder. It's about this big, and it's got a handle that you kind of turn and pull out, and that is the data core.
Okay.
So,
All right. I guess we'll pull the core and then I'll signal the Mintaka to go back.
okay. Were you guys planning on making a second trip to retrieve the bodies, or are you?
I want to report that and get some help to be able to get the bodies in the bags. And
Okay. All right. So go ahead and give me a athletic strength check.
Might want to just stick them all in the underwater steamer.
The what?
Right? There's a steamer that's sunk down there, right? Just
Well,
throw the
they're in the bridge of the sunken steamer.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then it seemed like they're in a good spot to me.
We were supposed to recover.
Oh, were we supposed to recover the bodies too?
Yeah, if you recover the bodies, it's an additional 10,000.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
And if you have so the bonus from the mission is 200,000. If you have a
I just think it's funny that they were worried that we wouldn't be able to smuggle a dropped gun off planet, but we're supposed to smuggle 5 dead bodies.
well, probably
that's-
easier to get the dead bodies through customs and off world than it would be the guns, because the guns means you're going to get arrested. Period.
The guns will fit in the dead bodies.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Effing brilliant. Brilliant.
But yeah, so it's 200,000 bonus for getting the data core. It's an extra 100,000 if you know the exact location of the steamer, and you do, and then it was 10,000 if you recover the 5 bodies. And so, Gully, you kind of brace your foot, and you are able to pull this thing out of its housing, and it comes out. It is waterlogged. So, but that's not your problem. You have it, and so you guys can you swim back to the steamer up above and climb on board with this data core. And it's not like it's very heavy.
it was all 5 bodies, right?
Yeah, there's 5. All 5 bodies are on that bridge.
Okay, great.
We can attach them to the remote and bring them up that way.
Well, the body bags that they shipped you with are designed so that once you get the body into the bag and seal it, the bag itself will basically like shrink wraps itself, and so it preserves the body, and then it has auto air bladders on the sides that will raise it
Nice.
up to the surface.
They think of everything.
Yeah, well, they were thinking they knew that they were underwater, so, or at least that was the highly likely assumption.
Assumption, okay.
So
Do we
yeah,
have any of the bags with us
yes, they were
right
part
now,
of.
or do we have to go back up to the ship?
I don't think we dove with them.
Yeah, probably
And-
not.
Okay. Then we should take the core back up and get the bags and come back down.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm ready to go back and grab them. We can just get a couple crew members together, go with it.
so the whole operation of getting the bodies into the bags, or taking the core back up, going back down with the body or with the bags, getting the bodies into the bags, sealing them, and popping the air tubes so that they float to the surface. The whole operation ends up taking about 4 hours. So by
Yeah.
the time you are done and you are bringing the bodies back aboard your steamer, it's well after dark.
All right, we'll head back to the resort. Definitely, huh?
Okay, yeah, you can certainly do that. So you pull you guys pull the bodies up. You kind of got them laid out on the deck. and your crew goes ahead and sets sail. They recommend, rather than going back to the resort, because the resort is well above the demarcation line between the government forces to the south and the rebels to the north. The crew that you've hired, to these four guys, I call them crew, but these four
Yeah.
guys that you hired, they recommend going to like this small town over here rather than the resort, because at least if you get to the small town and if that government steamer comes back, then
Which one? Krakta? Which town?
this one here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because that way, if that government steamer comes back, then it's easier for you guys to kind of talk your way out. And
Okay.
he thinks that I mean it'll be a bit of a push, but he thinks that you know it's just a safer bet, and so
Sure.
he pushes. They kind of push on through the night. And
I would like to keep an eye on them while we're doing that, just to make sure that they don't do any like secret communications to somebody else.
Yeah, I bet they're pretty freaked out too.
yeah, yes, they are.
Instead of trying to get the bodies back through customs, why don't we leave them the boat and any weapons that we don't want to have to go through customs, leave them here under guard, go back, get the ship, and pick them up on our way out of town, so to speak. We can land out here off the starport instead of messing with customs.
That's true.
What's the tech level of the planet and its defenses? I mean, will they notice if we're...
It is not high. It is...
Which planet is this again?
It's Hazel. They have a Class C starport, but their law level... They're tech level 5, law level 7.
So if we land someplace relatively remote, we should be able to get things loaded before they can respond, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they can't even deal with rebels at this point.
Yeah, I was just worried they had planetary
It's a
defenses.
tourist. It's a tourist planet. We can argue getting dead bodies out of there pretty easy.
That's
okay.
Yeah,
They don't want dead bodies.
Okay. Well, if you guys aren't worried about it, that's fine.
The weapons I'm worried about.
So, Remo, go ahead and give me another electronic sensors plus intellect check.
Sure. And I'm bonuses.
Sorry, what was that? Oh wow, we are breaking up really bad.
No bonus. Ships give you bonuses on your scan checks.
So the sensors on the steamer are +0. And there we go.
Yeah, that was my assumption.
Yeah. So you do as you guys are making your way back, and just as you cross over that demarcation line, then you pick up that government steamer is coming up behind you, and they are putting their foot into it. They are moving as quickly as possible, but they are I was going to say quickly. They are slowly approaching your position. How do you guys want to handle it? They're going to reach you before you get to the town.
Yeah. So what we need to all we need to do is get the drone, attach the drone to the bodies, and send it down underwater. meet up with them and then have the drone retrieve the bodies after they've come aboard and searched.
Would recovering the bodies have been a bad thing?
Well, I'm assuming that the government's not going to be happy with the fact that we're sailing around with corpses on our body, on our ship. I mean, that's usually.
But a crime's been committed on their planet, and we're investigating the crime that's been committed.
Yeah, so stealing corpses from that crime is probably a bad idea as far as they're concerned.
We're investigating on behalf of our
any dead body on this planet is going to be the property of that planet's
How
government.
are we going to get these bodies off planet if that was the case? I'm so confused. Like, how is getting these bodies off planet ever going to be okay then?
I didn't
of a company that's retrieving them.
Right.
So
fleeing a crime scene with dead bodies is usually a bad idea.
So Stern Metal Horizons has the company that you are working doing this job for has basically been told, hands off of Hazel, and not only the Hazel planetary government, but really the Trinsvale subsector Duke and government has basically told Stern Metal Horizons to piss off, and the whole reason that this entire situation happened is because Hazel and Trinsvale has lied about the mineral deposits on several of their worlds, Hazel being one of them, basically saying that no, there's nothing there. There was some evidence from an orbital scan that Stern Metal Horizons did that suggested otherwise. And so they had sent down these 5 guys to do a more in-depth survey, and that's when they fell afoul of the rebels, and they sank, and now we're here. So you probably going through customs with the 5 dead bodies. They want the bodies retrieved. It's not a major thing, but at the same time, they're kind of leaving it up to you guys to talk your way through that. But invoking Stern Metal Horizons' name is pretty much off the table, because that was the whole reason that you guys were sent, rather than a corporate extraction team.
Well, we can say we're our employer. Who's got diplomacy?
That's a good question.
I'm good with it, but again, we're leaving a crime scene with 5 corpses on our ship.
We didn't do the crime.
And a bunch
It
of guns.
does not matter to the police.
That's true.
It is evidence from the crime.
Right.
They will.
I am perfectly okay with having the bodies underneath the boat with the drone or whatever. Have the drone take them down.
Submergent.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. And the core. Definitely put the core with the bodies as well.
Yeah, and then
And the guns.
I'm dropping the core. I'm keeping the core.
All contraband. No. Well, if
the core is not contraband.
If it can be hidden well and it is not easily discoverable, feel free to hide it somewhere on the ship.
We've got a heavy ACR on the front of the boat.
That's true. There's
underneath the bikini.
It doesn't.
That's going down too.
But that was part of the ship. We rented the ship. We can't help it that has a gun on it.
We didn't really rent it. We kind of stole it.
I don't believe the reasoning. I can't believe this reasoning.
You can't believe we are fleeing police
Go ahead.
at the moment. We are
Try it out. We'll see.
No. Currently, we are fleeing police.
I'm willing.
There was a crime. People were killed.
No. We're not fleeing police.
As far as the police are concerned, we are. Police are having.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
If they are chasing us, we are fleeing.
I get you're adamant, but let somebody talk, bro. We are currently just leaving the area where it was. We aren't fleeing them. We're going to stop for them. We're going to stop. Fleeing would mean we're trying to avoid them. No, can't hear you, bro. I don't know what happened.
As far as the cops are concerned, we are fleeing because they are in pursuit of us from a crime scene. And
but we're going to stop. Like, hey, they put the lights up. We stop.
I understand, but we want to get rid of all contraband.
I agree with you on that, but I don't think we're fleeing them. We're just stopping. It's not the same as fleeing. We're just stopping.
If a cop's chasing you, you're fleeing.
And we have ACRs and auto.
If you run, you're fleeing. If a cop stops you, you're stopping.
We have not stopped yet, and so we need to get rid of the
Oh,
contraband.
are we running or are we stopping? I guess that's my question.
They haven't radioed you yet.
We're just keeping on trucking.
Right. So the thing is that if we are going to stop, we need to get rid of all contraband.
We agree.
How long are they going to overtake us?
You're probably. I mean, it's not like they're much faster than you, but they'll be catching up with you in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. We're not getting off planet without them catching us. So I would say get all the contraband together, get the corpses together, let's sink them, and let's stop and sink them, and then have a conversation.
Okay, so you're using the robodiver to send the 5 body bags overboard, and you're dumping your weaponry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What about the heavy ACR on the front of the boat? I mean, it's just a pintle mount. It's like what, 1 bolt, and the rifle will come off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's illegal. Okay. It's got to go.
Yep.
Okay. And of course, all of its ammunition and all of that.
Yep. Bag it and sink it.
What are you doing with?
Yeah, we'll be able to find it.
What are you doing with the core? Are you sending it down with the bodies to be brought back up later, or are you hiding it?
How big is the core? How detectable is it with electronic sensors?
So
the core's not.
It's about probably about 1 foot long and probably about 6 inches in width. Kind of a round.
What would it look like to? It doesn't look like anything meaningful to these hick authorities.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll take it into an office, tie a ribbon around it, and stack some shit on top of it and act like it's forgotten.
Yeah, we'll keep that.
Forgotten object.
Okay. All right. So you take your time to dump the bodies overboard. The robodiver dives down with the 5 corpses. And you are literally putting over the last box of belt feed for the heavy ACR when the searchlight on the front of the government steamer kind of comes on, and your radios come alive, and they order you to power down your engines.
Yeah, I mean, we're stopped.
Right.
And so, yeah, just wave at them and whatever they want us to do.
So they...
Brandon, hold the beer.
And we probably would have been putting like all of our fishing stuff more obviously out by this point, yes?
I would, yeah. I mean, right. And probably your dive gear and whatnot. And so the government steamer kind of pulls up alongside, and 5 of them come off of the boat. The first one to step off is obviously the one in charge. The other 4 are all armed, but they're not like heavily armed. They're just armed with assault rifles, and they all board your ship. And so are you guys? Are you having everybody out on the front deck waiting for these guys, or how are you doing this?
I'm gonna go greet them. I mean, that was my plan.
Okay. So they come out,
has the
and
highest social, doesn't he?
That's a good question. Well, he's got diplomats out.
I would like to be cleaning some fish when they come along. Just be like, huh? What? Shit? Huh?
That's probably doable. And so the other 4 that are armed kind of spread out across the length of the steamer, kind of, doing a standard search pattern, keeping their eyes out for anything that would be illegal. And this commanding officer steps up and he says that there's been some exchanges of gunfire between government forces and the rebels to the north, and we spotted a steamer that resembles this one in the area. You are aware that all travel to the north is restricted. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're not traveling to the north. We were here fishing and diving, and then all of a sudden gunfire broke out. We thought we were in the middle of a war, and we were getting the hell out of here. I just want to get back to where we rented the boat.
Says, yeah, understandable. I take it that you're all from off-world. Well, first of all, I want to, thank you for choosing our world to come back for a vacation. It's a beautiful place. And he says, but it is for your safety. So we're gonna go ahead and just do a once over of your ship, and
Sure,
I think
go
we
right
can.
ahead. We didn't get much chance to get much done before the gunfire broke out.
He says,
Is
yeah.
there a better?
I did catch one fish, bro. I did catch one. I did it.
Is there a better and safer place to be doing this? I mean, we didn't realize that we were going to be in the middle of an arms fight.
He says, well, the usual best option is to go with a guide, because they kind of know where all of this stuff is, and I mean, there should have been ads all over the starport when you came in.
Yeah, but those guys they don't want to take you to the good spots. They've all they've got their secret places that they don't want to let you know about. So we just figured we'd mess around on our own.
Go ahead and for that one, go ahead and make your choice, either diplomat plus social or persuade plus social.
Or deception.
Or deception, yeah. He's like, yeah, I can understand that, but they're there for exactly for things like this. He says, you guys are damn lucky that you didn't get shot up by either of us, because a stray bullet is a stray bullet. I mean, that was a pretty big hairball that happened up there. Unfortunately, they got away, and so and he kind of goes on talking about, you need to, make sure you know where you're going next time, make sure you have a guide. And the four troops kind of all meet back on the bow, and they report that they have found nothing on the ship. And he says, so we're going to go ahead and let you guys off with a warning this time, and please enjoy the rest of your vacation. Hopefully, there's no more excitement that you don't want to get caught up in. And they board back aboard on their steamer, and they take off.
Feel free to confiscate this 6-pack of beer. I know that you might need it in the off hours.
Oh, wait, I drank the beer. I shall return it presently. But so, yeah, they board back aboard their steamer, and they take off and head in a southerly direction. And so the four guys that you had hired, they are just all four of them look like they are nervous and scared shitless that we got stopped by the cops, but are impressed that you were able to deal with the situation in the manner that you did. And so they go ahead, and you guys are able to spend the night in this little quiet little town. Well, it's probably quiet now, but it is far closer to the demarcation line than some of the other ones. So anybody who is injured, and I gotta look at this again. Anybody who's injured gets natural heal. So I take it that Salve's still injured, right? Go ahead and roll 1d plus your endurance modifier, or minus, depending on the case.
I need to look up the table for stats real quick. Sorry.
What's your endurance currently at?
It is 7.
So it's +0.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so you get
not great.
1 point back.
Thank you.
Yeah, this isn't D&D 5th edition. Oh God, my spleen has been removed from my body. Nothing a good night's rest won't cure. I feel great.
8 hours sleep.
Yep, good 8 hours of sleep. You know, that always cracked me up. Like, yeah, here we've got the barbarian who's holding one of his lungs in his hands, and long rest. He's fine. Don't worry. So the next morning, these guys, the 4 crewmen, are up kind of at the break of dawn, and by the time you guys kind of wake up, the steamer's already underway. And coming up onto the bridge, they tell you that they'll be back at New Okayama today, and probably by afternoon, late afternoon, and then the one that initially or that you guys initially talked to in the bar, he kind of says something to the lines of, and then we're done, and we wish you well, and because they basically want nothing more to do with this. But probably by around 2-ish in the afternoon, you pull into New Okayama and are able to offload and return to your air raft. Are you heading directly back to the starport, or do you have some other plans that you want to do?
Are we all able to fit? We have 5 corpses, and
yeah,
right, an air raft's pretty tight on space.
Yeah, but the corpses don't care if you bend them over backwards and fold them, or however you want. You know what I mean?
What? I thought the air raft was like a 4-seater, 6-seater.
Yeah, it's a 6-seater. So I mean, you can stack them
like firewood.
Exactly, you stack them up and just pile them into.
There's no trunk, so they're all sitting on our laps. I guess
that's true. Yeah, So there's problem number 2 with the air raft. There's a lot of problems with the air raft. So they don't come standard with a roof, which seems like an oversight for a science fiction game on a lot of worlds that require oxygen. And 2, how are you supposed to take this thing grocery shopping if you've got 6 people in it? There's no trunk space. Like, whatever.
I'm going to settle up with the hirelings. I want to make sure they get paid, and I think I owe them for 3 days, the time we were out. Do they want to take the ACR or the ship?
So the as far as I know, the ACR is at the bottom of the lake.
We didn't recover our stuff?
I thought we tied everything off so we could pull it back.
Oh, so you were going to bring it back up with you?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Just pull everything
back
up. I'd say anything they want, they're welcome to. We're leaving, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they've got a ship that
barely hear you, bro. I don't know what happened to your mic. Like, can't hear you.
Sorry, it was up.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, so we don't need the ship. We don't really need the guns. We're not trying to smuggle out. So they're welcome to all that stuff plus pay,
Yeah.
And they can also walk away with it without it if they don't want to deal with it either.
Yeah, okay. So if you want to pay them for the 3 days, you certainly can.
And hireling one's cousin gets his ammo back if they choose to give it to him.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I'm sure the cousin with the Eingevar connections would appreciate getting the ammo back and basically for free.
Yep. And maybe the weapons too.
Yeah, those are good, all really good guns that the Eingevar would love to get their hands on. And so you kind of pile everything back up into the air raft and head west back to the starport. What is your guys' plan for, I mean, obviously, I mean, we could just jump into there are questions from customs, of course, or you can, if you have some grand plan ahead of time.
So the company that we're retrieving them from, do they have a presence on this planet at all?
No, just
no, they are verboten from being on the planet.
Okay, so they have no. Okay, all right, no problem.
So because it's a tourist planet, they don't want any dead bodies in the news. So by letting us go through, there's no news story. If they didn't see the bodies, there's no problem for the tourists.
That's an angle.
How hard would it be to forge documents indicating that we are removing coworkers' bodies from a job site?
That's
pretty good at admin.
So that would be a deception plus intellect check.
Okay.
And I would say,
could I work up some kind of computer documentation?
You could. So I was going to say that on short notice that would probably end up being a difficult 10 plus. But
we can spend extra time, or I don't know.
I've got a 4. I got a 4 modifier in deception, so
I've got a 3 with deception. But yeah, that's a 4 is even better. So.
And then if Mintaka wants to do an electronics computers check, what software would that be? I know there's something here. Computers and software. So a agent probably would help. So Mintaka, under your, I think it's under your equipment, if I remember. What kind of agent software are you running, or do you have agent software?
I have something. Let me. Oh no, I don't have an agent software. I have software intrusion and intelligence interface and an intellect.
So intelligent interface. Let's see, which allows the computer to report data. It's an AI. Report data and receive commands as if it were essential. So you can basically talk to it. You have an Alexa.
What about the intrusion one? Would that allow us to like hook into their software in some way to be like, hey, there should have been paperwork filed with you guys?
You could just try to hack their system. So let's see here.
We hack their system, we can actually just make it so that we've already got the permission to transport the bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and make an electronics computers intrusion check. So you get a +1 for intrusion. Also, does it say what tech level your computer is?
Right as I'm about to roll, yes, call up.
Also, keep in mind that intrusion software is highly illegal.
Yes.
So
yes.
You're gonna be smuggling. You're gonna smuggle that computer everywhere.
The tech level 10.
So tech level 10. That means that you get an additional +3 on that because your computer is faster than anything on this planet. So +4 total plus your whatever your computer is.
I imagine a tech level 10 is probably a smaller computer too, not like some giant huge laptop thingy.
Yeah, I mean there is actually there's a really good picture of one, and oh, it's right here.
How's a 16 do for the check?
yeah, that does it. So you get in. Whoever wants to come up with the forgery of the documents can get a +3 to their deception plus intellect check.
You want me to do that?
Somebody said they had a +4. Go for it. I've only got +3.
Okay. And what is the modifier on that?
+3.
+3?
+4, actually.
+4.
On it.
Second.
Nice. Is that right? I've got a 2 in deception, a 2 for intellect, and a +4.
Yep, that would be right.
Okay.
All right. So you basically Mintaka gets you in, and you kind of look things over. And of course, being any government, there are basically typical standardized forms, and you find one and basically slot yourselves in as having a
Battery
license.
low. Please charge now.
Sorry.
No problem. You kind of slot yourselves in as having a license for doing this. Hold on.
Yeah, like we're crime scene cleanup or transport.
Right.
Recovering the bodies for families or something.
Yes. Screwed up. That's okay. That's so here you go, Brian. This is more or less what these portable computers look like.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to hide some software in that thing.
No. And I mean, as far as software goes, I mean, unless they're, really wanting to go over it with a fine tooth comb, most customs are not. They're going to, do a once over, maybe make sure there's not some secret compartment or that you're not trying to smuggle something in the battery compartment or something like that. But they're not. Most of these customs guys are not going to have a full-time IT guy that's going to, go over every inch of it. But you guys basically slot into the computer system that you have a license to do this, and it's like you said, it's essentially body retrieval for the families.
We want to make sure that all the bodies get handled with respect, and they focus on that rather than digging too deeply into the paperwork.
Right.
In terms of their deaths, I mean, does it look like they just drowned, or I mean, what are we looking at here?
Well, yeah, I mean, some of them were shot, the rest of them drowned. But at this point, they've been underwater for long enough, trying to determine that who was shot and whatnot would be nigh impossible.
If the inspectors are even trying to open up the body bags, I'm gonna pitch a fit for them.
Right, and well, and that if they're wanting to be respectful, or if you're requiring them to be respectful, they wouldn't want to open the body bags anyways. Because
well, I mean, all I have to really say is they're drowning victims that we retrieved 4 days ago, and no one's going to want to open that bag.
Right, and
Big
if they
fact.
well,
Big fact.
these
Huge
bags
fact.
are part
No
of it.
one wants to see a drowning victim.
Well, part of it is that these bags, once they're sealed, they automatically do a clamp down, and it's a preservation. It's not as good as like cryo, but it is an airless environment in there, and so opening these would ruin that. And they're basically a single use. So, if they're going to be respectful, then that is problematic.
If they want to X-ray them or something like that, I mean, that'd be fine. But opening them is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. So, yeah, so you guys pull in, and you, I just had this image in my head of like pulling into like a Las Vegas hotel, and you get one of the luggage carts out, and you're just stacking bodies up onto it. Just, don't mind us.
I'm picturing us pulling into parking with 5. I mean, this thing has seats for 1 pilot, 5 passengers, and 5 body bags. So
yes,
each passenger's basically got a body in their lap.
right.
And so we're pulling into.
And Ronnie's very visibly hurt.
Yes, and,
Yeah.
and Ronnie's bleeding. We had a malfunction with the spear gun while we were fishing, and so, well, you know, if you had a guide, he would have recommended that you get orange vests when you're underwater. And so, yeah, you guys pull in, and of course, this is your air raft, and so, you know, you have to basically take the whole thing through customs, kind of, you know, the pull through, and the customs agent is like looking at you guys pulling in, and at first he doesn't know what to say, and he says, "So what's with the body bags?"
Just give him the paperwork.
It's what we do. It's not fun.
So you don't have any paperwork, but he's questioning. They are scanning the registration of your air raft. They want to know where these bodies came from. You know, what are you doing with the body? How did you come across them? What's the nature of this? So what is your response to this?
We've been hired to transport them off world to their families. They were here on a fishing expedition about a week ago. The ship went down. We had to dive and retrieve the bodies. They drowned underwater. We've got them sealed. We're just trying to get them back to their families.
Okay, and of course, he says, "Well, there is a license for that. Can you present me with the license?"
I don't know that we've got it physically with us, but it should be on file if you look.
Okay, so
we've
so yeah, he goes ahead and let's see if he probably cannot beat that. So he looks it up and he says, "Oh, it is right here." He says, "Well, our apologies for the stop, and they've gone over pretty much every inch of your air raft, and the only thing that's there is you guys and these bodies." And so he basically just says, "Okay, no, it's on file. You are waved through, and we hope you have a better day."
Thank you.
So you guys bring the air raft back aboard the Ouroboros. And actually, let me look at the map. I know you're on here. Where is it? There it is. This map's huge. So you were ordered that once the bodies were retrieved, bring them back to Tuwaic. You are on Hazel. So with a J2, you're looking at 2 weeks worth of jump time. I assume you are wanting to take off as soon as possible.
Yeah, yeah. We don't want to be on this planet any longer than we have to.
All right, so I assume Gully was the pilot. Is that correct?
Yeah, I got to reboot.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yep,
I'm
I
having
can.
problems with the pitch. Just a moment.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, our internet's been sketchy.
Yeah, I don't know if I was piloting. I don't have to if that's.
No, that's fine. I think you were piloting and Remo was doing sensors.
If I recall, our entire group has a bunch of very shitty pilots. Like we don't have one good one. We've
I think
got
Gully's
several.
been doing fine.
I think he's got like a +1 at most.
Well, yeah.
So that's what I mean.
It's early in the campaign too, so.
I know I went through agent, so I've got small ship. I don't have regular starship.
Yeah, but when it comes up, having small craft is exceptionally useful. I've actually had a couple of ideas that would involve a lot of small craft stuff. While we're waiting for Gully to come back, does anybody want to make an astrogation check? And you can take your time getting a +2 to that roll.
Yeah, sure.
Astrogation plus intellect.
I'm not rolling well. 9.
Yep, that's good. I mean, you only needed a 6, so and then anybody who wants to make a engineering power plus intellect check. Anybody?
I'm rolling like a +1 on that. So if somebody's better, go for it.
I'm at a -3 on that, so no.
Yeah, me either.
All right. So engineering power. Oh wait, I'm not trained in engineering. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not rolling that one either.
Okay.
So we're all at a -3 is what I'm hearing. So one of us helps the other.
Well, we have
wait,
engineers.
maybe-
we have engineers in the group. Otherwise,
Yeah,
we
they're
wouldn't be able
ju-
to travel.
I just think
because
they're not here. Yeah.
Because jumping is engineering, and we definitely have somebody that can do jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Ronnie had it,
Let's see here.
and he's probably well enough now that he can do that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Power Oh, there it is. I'm just curious. You may not even need to make a power. Never mind. You didn't. I mean, you can turn off your fuel processor, and you have enough power in this thing to actually jump without having to make an engineering.
Without doing a power engineering.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the
And your fuel processor isn't going to be on all the time anyway. So. Look at Ronnie. There he is. Maybe it wasn't. Oh, no, there it is. He's rolling with a 0. Oh. Nope, he gets a +1. All right. Are you back with us, Gully?
Just loading. Roll 20.
Cool.
Okay, what'd you need?
Give me a piloting plus dex check.
Piloting dexterity.
Nice. So you get clearance to leave, and in the amount of time it takes for you to get to the 100 diameter jump limit, you do all of your astrogation and power checks, and once you get there, Ronnie goes ahead and pushes the big red button, and you guys enter jump space. Question: when you enter jump space, are you bringing your thrust down to 0 and entering just jump space, or are you entering jump space under throttle?
I don't think we're in a rush. What's standard operation?
So typical operation would be to reduce thrust to 0, or maybe reduce it to 1. Because whatever thrust rate that you are traveling at now, when you exit jump space, you're going to be traveling at that speed. So if you, it would be one of those things where, so your ship has thrust 2 capability. If you were at maximum thrust, that would be kind of the assumption that you're doing like a combat jump. You're going to be exiting jump space into the new system at full thrust 2. You know.
Yeah, we're just doing a commercial, so I would say jump 1 at the most. Okay. Jump, but 0 probably.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you power down and enter jump. You can add a week to your study periods. Sounds like we're interested in. Let's see here, and then all right, so this.
Almost.
All right. You come out a week later in Iruku with no signs of any other ships in the area. There is no encounter. And then you make a jump for Tuwaiq. Who would like to make the astrogation check? Astrogation plus intellect.
Yep.
And you can take your time, of course.
Yeah. 12.
Wow, you really smoked that one.
I'm good at it normally.
Ronnie can give engineering power. And if you want him to, he can do, unless somebody else has it, engineering J drive with a +2 on that.
I've got engineering. Hang on. With a +1?
+2.
Why was that?
Because of the good astrogation check.
Nice. Okay. Come on. Why is it not?
Nice. And so you enter jump space, and you can add another week to your study period, and you will then come out in Tuwaiq.
That's 8 weeks for me.
Yeah, it's 8 weeks for us.
Sweet. So if you're at 8 weeks, Remo, what were you studying?
Vac suit 0 to 1.
All right, go ahead and make a vac suit plus education check.
Come on. Yes.
Nice. Your vac suit goes up to 1. And what was Gully studying?
Blade combat? What is that? So is that blade or?
It would be melee blade. Go ahead and make a melee blade plus education check.
What is that? What is?
So you have
Just
a melee
education
skill.
check?
You have a melee skill, and so you'd want to indicate that the melee is going with education instead of dex or strength.
Right.
And
Okay.
blades is a specialty
Education?
underneath it.
I don't. This would be 1. So I mean, I don't even have melee.
Oh, so you're getting it at 0 then.
0 in it. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead. Yeah, just go ahead and make a 2d plus
education.
2d plus education modifier.
Okay.
Can I help with that?
I think you've had
Yeah,
to dedicated the entire week, the 8 weeks to helping him. And that's why pretty much nobody does training anymore, because they all work on their own skills rather than
if you were assisting him, then he would get a +1, but a 6, even with a +1, a 7 is too low. He's going to have to study another 8 weeks.
I started to study another 8 weeks.
Yep.
Okay.
Because you need to make an 8+ in order for it to count.
Huh. Okay.
I failed a training in our other one like 4 times in a row. It was miserable.
Yeah. Well, and yeah. So
it's an important stat. I'm upset that I've got a 0 in this particular game.
There's 2 ends of the extreme. So there's the typical way, which we were just doing. You study for 8 weeks, then you usually make an education check, unless it's like strength or dexterity or endurance. Those are the only 3 that are the athletic skills are the only ones that are different. The other end of the extreme is out of the Traveler Companion, where you use XP points, and it swings the pendulum way to the other side, and everybody's getting skills, very quickly, and it's kind of broken because it's basically says in there that you can't save the points up. So if each adventure is only worth between 1 and 3 points, you can never really get beyond that amount. And some of the skills are exponentially larger, and if you want to get much higher. Or the flip side of it is that if you ever want to try to increase an attribute, it's literally impossible because you can't save any of those points. So we went back to I decided to just go back to the original, because it is a built-in limiting system, but I do see the frustration in it, because when we played at home, we played for a year, and in an entire year my wife failed every single education check, and she never was able to level up any of her skills. So I can see both ends of it. I think hers was an extreme case. I think she was just exceptionally bad luck. But
so can Salve help me get level 0?
He did, and that would have given you a +1 to your check, but that only would have been a 7. Do you guys have any? I don't think you guys bought personal trainer software, did you?
Almost all this started this game broke, so we don't have a lot of
you guys don't have shit. Yeah. So
I started the game with 10 grand cash. That was it. So
yeah,
we can get
have to buy some training software after this mission's complete.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. So personal trainer,
they're around 1,500 credits, and you have to buy one for each skill that you want to train in.
So this is personal trainers, tech level 11, 2,000 credits. It's a modified digital friend package. It's intended to aid the education of a traveler. Its use grants a DM +1 to all checks made to gain or improve skills during post-career education. But a new package must be purchased for each new skill to be studied. So whatever it is that you're planning to study next, you want to buy a personal trainer package in that skill, and it will grant a +1 to your education check.
That's not too bad.
No, 2,000 credits isn't bad. You just have to be able to find it on it, because it is TL11. So.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you guys ended up back on Tuwek, and out of curiosity, Tuwek. Hey, Tuwek's tech level 11 world with a Class B starport. And so, in the 2AX system, you guys make your way back, and Gully, you get confirmation from the Starport Authority. You are clear for landing. You can go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check.
Sorry.
No problem.
Why is this not now the character sheets are responding? I don't know what's going on with the computer.
So Roll20 did something on like Tuesday afternoon that's fucked up a lot of shit. Like the dice roller that I use is all the fonts are all big and dumb, and it's taking up way more space than it needs to. The character sheets
on me.
Yeah, the character sheets are slow. Yeah, the character sheets are slow, so I'm hoping that they get this fixed. Okay, so it's not a absolute failure. It is a little bit of a rough landing, and you know the paint scraped up a little bit, but he gets you down. Not the most beautiful landing, but here is the Tuaic planetary map with the starport all the way over here. And yeah, you bring it in, dinged and dented, and you meet back up with the Stern Middle Horizons representative, and I don't remember his name. Maybe he was just nameless. Anyways, yeah, you show up with the bodies. You've got exact location of the wreck. You've brought the data core back, which presently would not function. They're going to have to send it to drive specialists, and they're going to have to dry the thing out and go through a big rigmarole to extract the data. But they pay you $310,000. Did you want to divide that up across everybody, or do you want to dump that into a ship fund? How do you guys want to deal with that?
I'll kick some extra to Ronnie, and because does he need help?
I think everybody could use. I think everybody could use. No, he would have had some time to recoup. I'm going to assume that in 2 weeks.
He's been 2 weeks, hasn't
it? Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I would assume that he's with bed rest, he's probably been okay.
Okay.
And so I'll just go ahead and divide it by 6.
Yeah.
So everybody gets 51,666 credits. That's not a bad bit of work for getting shot at.
Side is that it took a month of travel, so we have an entire month of upkeep to pay.
That's true. So there is some bills that need to be paid. You don't have to worry about paying a mortgage because this is company property, but you need to pay the $6,045 for maintenance, and it's $31,000 for refined fuel. Let's see.
How do you guys feel about splitting everything in the future by one extra, so that the one extra goes into things like this?
But if the fuel was 31,000, that's all the pay we got. So.
No, you got 310,000.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we got 5,000 each. So I was thinking.
No, 51,666.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a lot better.
And so,
how do you guys feel about that idea of like, there's like 6 of us or whatever. We each get a share plus 1 share for ship maintenance.
No, I mean, we just pay the expenses and then cut salaries afterwards.
Right. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So let me recalculate this. So, and it's 9,000 for life support. The total cost is 46,045.
We want to set something aside for future improvements. That might make sense, but I think we need to work. Let's
So
cover the.
So out of that paycheck, it is 263,955 total after expenses divided by 6. That's better. So the actual amount that you guys got is 43,992.50.
Are you doing the social improvement based on standard of living?
So that would be up to each of you. But that I would. It really depends. I mean, being spacers, it really depends. Where you're at and what you're doing. If you're getting into a social situation, you definitely want to be spending that amount to maintain your social strata per month.
Right. But are we using it also as a way to improve social, right? If 6 months at a higher social standard of living will
Yes.
give you an opportunity to increase it. So that's what I was trying to check.
Yes. Go ahead and do that. So if you want to increase your social over 6 months, you need to pay what your standard of living is for your social score, which is at.
I'm sorry, what was it that we just made?
43,992.50.
He pasted it into Discord.
Yeah, it's in Discord.
Or Roll20.
I'm sorry, Roll20.
Oh, it is. Oh, I see. Thanks.
I'm trying to find those rules. I'm not imagining that about the 6 months of social, right? That's how it works?
I think that's.
Yeah, I was looking for that the other day too.
I know. I think I know where it's at.
Is it in the companion?
No, it's in the core. Here it is. It's in core rulebook. Core rulebook update, page 99, standards of living. So it says.
Yeah, that's where the standards of living is but the thing on improving it or decreasing it based on meeting or exceeding it. That's the part I'm looking for.
Right. Yeah, why am I not finding? Is it maybe under? No.
Where are we again? Tuag?
Yeah, you're on Tuag.
It may have been something from the companion that I'm
maybe it was from the companion.
I'm looking.
So social standing is on page 10 in the companion.
Oh yeah, that discussion about effective social.
Right. Well, thankfully, effective social isn't as big of a problem in this campaign as it was like in Deep Night Revelation, because effectively, since you guys weren't the players weren't from anywhere, everybody, I mean, if you were going with the effective social, everybody would have had like basically a social of 0, if not a -3, because they weren't from anywhere. So it was exceptionally problematic.
So it's in the companion under the effective social. If a traveler, if a traveler's effective social is lower than their social for 3 consecutive months, their social is reduced by 1 unless they can make a difficult admin, carousing, deception, or diplomat check to convince people that everything's okay. To increase social to a value of 10 or less, all that is necessary is to maintain an effective social at least 1 point higher than the target score for 6 consecutive months.
Right.
Only 1 point of permanent social can be gained at a time. And
Right.
and it will not go above 10 that way.
So if you're not paying your monthly social amount, theoretically your social score will go down.
Right. And so I'm currently at a 9. And so it sounds like if I pay for 11 for 6 months, that can bring me up to 10.
Right.
And I just paid 12, which is
yeah. You already are a noble, right? You already are nobles. You've got that rope, that anchor around your neck.
Yeah, but even 12 is an increase for me. So if I can keep that up for a year, it's good.
I don't think it will increase you though. That can only bring you up to a 10. You have to have some type of role play to get above 10.
It's the next paragraph after what you read.
Or did I miss it? There we go.
What do you have to pay?
Maintenance for a whole year to go 11 or higher.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, it's a whole year to go.
Yeah.
So it really depends. So standards of living is on page 99 of the core rulebook. So Gully, what's your social score?
6, but I also have a party standing in my UPP, which is a plus. That's a 1 die, so that's a +3.
Okay, so
it's a 3.
So that
because I'm a solo mine.
Right. So that brings your social standing to like a 9. You would have to pay 2,000 a month.
2,500 a month.
Well, technically, your actual social, you'd have to pay 2,500 credits per month, and that would raise your social after 6 months. That would raise your social by 1 score. So your 6 would go to a 7, but you would still get that party affiliation +3.
Yeah. Okay.
In that party affiliation,
why would the party affiliation require him to pay a lot more in standard of living? I mean, his social's 6.
Well,
so I would think he just needs to pay social 8 to go from 6 to 7.
Well, yeah, he would just pay. You would pay 1,200 a month for 6 months to go to social 7, but that party affiliation, it's similar to the effective social. So it really, that party affiliation is only going to give you a +3 in certain situations. Like if you're dealing with if you're dealing with Solomani's, then you're great. Then you're effective.
But it works against me if I deal with somebody who's not Solomani too.
It could, yeah.
But in terms of increasing or decreasing his social status is 6, and so it would be like raising or lowering a 6 anyway. So it'd be
1,200 per month.
No, it's 1 higher than the level you're trying to get to.
Oh, so
he needs to pay 1,200 to maintain at 6.
At 1,500 per month.
No, 2,000. 1 higher than the level you're trying to get.
If he's social level 6, social level
then
7,
he's trying to get to 7, and then he'd have to pay for a level 1 higher, 8.
Level 1 higher than what your current social is.
To increase at least 1 point higher than the target score.
Oh, I
for
see.
6 months.
So he would have to pay 2,000 per month for 6 months.
Right.
What do I have to pay to maintain it?
1,200
a month.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see.
And I mean, if you could just pay all of it now if you wanted to, rather than figuring out every month whether or not you're going to pay that amount. So anyways, off on a expanded rules tangent. So you get paid. Stern Metal Horizons is very happy. They pass along a message to you that is from Reidd-Valaasii Corporation is basically your shipping out orders, essentially immediately coming in. That basically it says that as soon as you get this, you can, of course, up to at your discretion, you can take a week off, give yourselves a week of downtime if you wish. And but then once that down week 1 week of downtime is up, they tell you to make your way to Colas. Right, Colas. Hold on, let me make this easier on myself. Traveler map. They tell you to make your way to Colas, and they give you um, an address for a hotel in the starport to stay at. Rooms are already pre-booked in your name, and they tell you to await contact for your next mission. Hazel to Colas. Help if I could type. J2. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why did you do... No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks of jump time. So could be 22 weeks if you were spending a week in port, but you don't necessarily have to do that. You could probably make it there in probably 15 weeks if you were really pushing.
When do we need to be there by?
So they just told you to take a week off, and as soon as your week off is done, to leave immediately for Colas. They give you address and prepaid rooms at a hotel there at the starport, and to await contact. They didn't give you a specific time.
So 4 months, basically.
We're on a Tech 11 world at the moment.
Correct.
What's our route look like? Are we going to be hitting any other higher tech worlds on that?
I can show you.
It's pretty crazy. The map, it calculates it differently.
Hazel at J2.
Oh, we have to go back to Hazel on the west?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
46
Sorry.
parsecs?
Sorry. You're right. I screwed up. You're on 2 egg. Right. That's better. 13 jumps, 24 parsecs.
24.
We're on 2-Wake at the moment, and we're headed to where?
Colas.
Glisten?
Colas.
Oh.
Colas.
Coming up with the jump map now. Throw this into a handout.
We jump too?
You are. Come on, roll 20. There we go. There you go. So it looks like, let's see, 2x 11, seeing a lot of 9s, 5s, 7s. Dabam is tech level 11. Bender is tech level 13.
Okay.
Ooh.
Like the sound of that.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think that's where you get the good med kits.
Glisten is tech level 16.
Glisten's got some funky stuff going on, if I recall. It's been a while, but
Yeah, it's a belt system, but it's high tech level. Binges is 11. And Colas itself is tech level 14.
All right, cool.
And upgrade my computer when we get there.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm thinking about, computers and like med kits and stuff like that.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit, I'd be tempted to stop at Glisten. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, let's take our week off there.
Right? You could do that. Let me, out of curiosity. No, that's not the book I want. Behind the Claw. I want Glisten, which is of course in Glisten.
Does it seem like we might have a mole to anybody else? It seems like a coincidence that the rebels showed up the same time we did, with that ship being underwater after 6 months.
So, I mean, you guys probably don't have a mole, but I mean, the contact that sold you the belt ammunition certainly wasn't the most secure.
Yeah, but that wasn't enough reaction time either, and he didn't know where we were going.
Well, the lake's not that big. And he didn't know what you were looking for either. But that's not, I mean, obviously they would know. I mean, the rebels are the ones that sank the boat to begin with. So
it seems more likely it was stern metal, I think.
Possibly. Let's see here. So each city of Glisten has its own administrative apparatus that are all technically.
Yeah, what is Glisten?
Glisten star system is tech level 16. Each city has its own administrative apparatus, but is ultimately part of the efficient but dull Glisten coordinating authority, which is a civil service government. Laws are moderate. Let's see. Capital is Glisten City, a huge metropolis. Just looking to see if there's anything highly odd going on here. Extremely high tech level, an important exporter of technological goods across the sector and beyond. Shipyards are widely renowned, mostly located in the outer pluvious belt. Among them is an enormous yard owned and operated by Ling Standard Products.
It's definitely a weird system because there's no habitable planet and there's billions of population.
Yeah, there's just asteroid colonies, or these colonies all scattered throughout these different asteroid belts.
Says it's a ring of many small worldlets.
Yep. So basically they're going to be the size of like Ganymede. Ganymede, Ceres, maybe Pluto at the outside, largest.
Frankly, law level 6 is pretty low for that high tech a planet, high
Right.
tech a system.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and they probably have it that low because they want to encourage trade, especially at that high tech level. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised. So
I knew there was something weird about Glisten. I think it was the fact that it just wasn't a planet; that it was the saddle.
Its UPP is 0000986.
right,
That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah, meaning that it's airless. It's small.
There's no water.
There's no water. Yeah, ice.
And a Class A starport.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
that'll be a really good spot to buy stuff. You need tech level 14 to get the best med kit, so that'll be a good spot to buy computers and med kits and things like that.
Yeah. So are you going to just take your week at Glisten?
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Okay.
I think we'll plan to do that and then just play it by ear as things change.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's 9 weeks.
Yeah.
We could be several misjumps away from it.
That's true. So let's move on down the road. You can give me a astrogation check.
Sure. I'll take time.
Yeah,
13.
you can take your time on all of these.
Astrogation you usually can. It's a silly skill that just not. I would just assume everybody does. I mean,
yeah,
the amount of time it takes to get out of the gravity well is more than enough time to take extra time on the astrogation check. So
right. And Gully, you can give me a piloting plus dex check. And Ronnie can do a power check. Nice. And a jump check. Ooh, smoked that jump check. So you guys are going to be arriving earlier than estimated by the tune of 7 hours. And you'll be pinpoint dead on accurate jumping, coming out at the 100 diameter jump limit. I don't think there's a whole lot at Uruku. It's got a Class B starport. So, you know. Nope, nothing there. 31,000 credits for refuel. However you guys want to pay that.
How big's our tank?
It is... I need to pull up the other book. This is in, I believe, adventure class ships. Exploration. And it is an extended scout. It says... Thrust 2, jump... Oh, you know what? This is wrong. Your guys' ship is jump 3.
That helps.
Yeah, it does. Why is it still saying... It's still saying 9 jump. That can't be right. Try this again. J3. Huh? It's saying it's still
7 jumps.
Yeah, it should be 7 jumps. I don't know why it's saying 9. Yeah,
We'd have to go Hazel to Glisten and then to call us, though. Can we do that?
We don't need to go to Hazel at all.
Yeah, no. I mean, according.
Oh.
Oh, I see. Okay, J2's 13 jumps, so J3 is 9. It would skip Glisten all the way, but I mean, you can take a detour to Glisten easily.
Pretty attractive.
Yeah, it almost is too attractive to not go. But anyway, so your first stop would be Nuakchat, which is Class C starport. They only sell unrefined fuel, which actually is good for you. As far as your ship goes, though, is Jump 3. It has J3, 8 weeks of operation. It doesn't really tell me how big the fuel tanks are. It says fuel processor will do 40 tons a day, but it says, where did I find? Oh, it's 150 tons streamlined. That's where that calculation came from. Which back in Highguard for refined fuel at 500 credits per ton comes out to like 31,000.
We don't need to refine it. We just need to buy it. We can refine it ourselves.
You can refine it. Yeah, you guys can refine it yourself, which brings it down to 100.
Means we can buy unrefined fuel is usually much cheaper.
Yes,
but it does mean a couple more days before we can jump.
Right, and your processor will do 40 tons per day. So
where do we go to? Hemermium? Is that right? Is that how you say that?
Let's see here. Nuakchat to, let me fix this.
Oh, I'm going Hazel. I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
This is the actual route. Hold on. My bad. I forgot you guys are J3. You're all fancy and shit. There we go. Now I will edit this. Try this again. There we go. So this is the route.
It's a really neat feature on the map, though.
It is. I wish that I could just bring Traveler Map into Roll20 and do it directly instead of having to cut and paste. I find that exceptionally irritating, but because that would just be fucking awesome.
Are we calculating the fuel tank size right? 150 tons is a displacement of the whole ship, not the fuel capacity.
Let me look here.
Right.
It's what? It's 10% of it's 10% of the total tonnage of the ship.
Oh, okay. So 15 tons is our fuel capacity.
I believe so. Let me look. Fuel tanks, jump drives. So jump drives. Well, not. I mean, technically not exactly, because your maneuver drive also requires fuel.
That's fine. I'm just trying
but
to.
I'm not going to calculate that because that's ridiculous. It's so minuscule. It doesn't
Right.
matter. So 10%. Yeah, it's 10% of the total tonnage of the ship. So 15 tons. Maybe that is wrong.
Oh.
So it'd be 1,500 credits for unrefined fuel typically. and then that could go up or down.
Right, yeah, it's 1,500 credits for unrefined fuel, which you can only buy unrefined at Newegg Shack. But it's 7,500 for refined fuel.
Yeah,
because it's 500 per ton.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot cheaper than 31,000.
Yeah, I don't know where the 31,000 came from. Anyways,
that was scary.
Well, that might be like the maintenance costs, right? Because every so many weeks you need to do maintenance, right?
Yeah, but your monthly maintenance isn't even that high. Monthly maintenance is only $6,045 a month.
0.1% of the total purchase price of the ship per year. So they divide that by 12. Okay.
But what's our agreement with our employer that we've got to pay the fuel?
Well, they're loaning you the ship. I mean, it's not you don't own the ship. It's a corporate asset.
Yeah, but if they're loaning it to us, we might as well be lugging cargo.
Yeah.
Making money to pay for fuel.
You could, except that you've only got I didn't even put down what the cargo is, but it's not a lot. This thing has 7 tons of cargo space.
Oh.
This is an extended scout.
I mean, 31K for it's 31K. You're saying, or 3.1?
No, it's 7,500.
7,000 unrefined.
No, that's refined. It's 1,500 for unrefined. So this is the stats of the ship.
It's pretty steep to be kicking out.
Well, you guys are getting pretty. So you're all paid 2,000 a month. Oh, that's true too. You guys all get 2,000 credits for your monthly payment.
That's what I recall. Our agreement was something like that.
Yeah, from Reidd-Valaasii, you get 7,000 a month, but you're getting to keep the entire bonus of whatever these Merc contracts that are coming out. So, I mean, you just made 310,000. That's a lot.
Yeah, but like Ronnie got maimed, for crying out loud.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to pay a ship mortgage fee either. So. Just try that. So my Wednesday night group is having to calculate not only all the maintenance costs and everything, but then they have to pay something like $255,000 a month for their mortgage fee as well. But that's what they're doing. They're space trucking. So. All right. So nothing happens.
What are you doing for trade on that situation? Because I mean, I'm at the point now with Traveler where the trade rules as written they're far too exploitable. They're just a joke.
They are.
And what I think works pretty well, frankly, is just moving cargo.
You're
shipping cargo blind is probably a better.
Doing speculative trade. They usually try to do speculative trade. In fact, last session was the first time that they ran into a case where there wasn't anything available. There wasn't any speculative trade. There wasn't any because it's also based off of your broker intellect check or broker social check in order to find somebody selling cargo. So they didn't find any speculative trade. They didn't find anything else, but they did find, and this is a staple, is hauling mail, because one 5-ton mail canister is like 25,000 credits.
Yeah, mail works good, and then just hauling cargo on consignment. That system, both of those systems they're not as exploitable. Otherwise you get to the point where it's like, well, we're just buying all the nukes, because it's millions of dollars, and we're just hoping we get a good roll.
Well, it's random.
It can be silly how much, but it can be really silly how much profit you can make off that system.
Yeah, in some cases, you're going to get a good roll and you're going to haul cargo. The other thing, though, is that those are all sold in lots, and you can't take part of a lot. So if you've only got a ship that has 20 tons of cargo capacity, but the lot's 60 tons, you're out. You can't take it. So that's kind of a built-in limiter too.
Yeah, we've got 5 staterooms and pretty much 5 crew members.
Yes. So this is taking exceptionally long time. I'm going to move you guys directly to Glisten, which, and I'm going to look at the map again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You guys can add 7 weeks to your study periods.
Okay, well, I got to roll.
I'm studying Blade under Salve.
Yep.
What happens?
Well, didn't you say last time that he has to give up his study period to do that, but he could train multiple people? I'm just before.
So he can train multiple people, but Salve would have to not do his study period because he would be teaching rather than.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, so
I don't know. That's up to Salve if he wants to do that.
That's
if
fine.
you guys want the help, it helps us all if we're more survivable. But I was working on Gunner.
Yeah, I'm working on ship skills that are notably lacking.
Yeah,
yeah.
Same.
So I'm working on mechanic at the moment.
I got to 8 weeks for engineer, so
yeah,
I got to roll 2d8 plus my education. Is it?
So you roll engineer plus education, 2D plus engineer with education.
So if I'm at a 0, then that's 2d minus 3 plus 1.
Nope, you don't have to. You don't worry about the -3. So if you don't have engineer at all.
No, I'm trying to get it.
Okay, so then just roll 2D plus your education check. There you go. You now have engineer 0. And so, Gully, you're at 8 weeks?
No.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to break us here, since we got bogged down into a bunch of rules and how this works and whatnot. But I'm actually glad that we did because we worked it out and we know how.
This is campaign paperwork that we won't have to worry about again going forward. So
that's true. That is true.
What, listen now?
Well, figuring out how much fuel costs. I mean, just basic stuff like that,
Yes. And so, fuel, we'll just go unrefined. Your fuel cost to get to Glisten, it was 7 weeks.
We should have kept an account for the ship.
Right.
And just paid off that.
Right. So it's 10,500. So if you divide that up, it's 2,625 each.
2,600.
We only have enough gas in the tank for one jump.
If you're doing a jump,
how much was the total jump for that one? Because I came into the group with a little bit of funds, so I might just pay that one.
It's 10,500 total.
All right, I'll pay that one outright because I have a little bit of funds from before I came into the group.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want us spending money for social upkeep?
Oh,
while we're in
definitely.
space?
I mean, definitely. Not really. I mean, if you're spending a week, so the standard procedure for a jump is that you spend a week in jump, you spend a week in port, spend a week in jump, and a week in port. And that makes sense because, let's face, especially on this ship, because this ship is small. So, you guys are going to want to get out and stretch your legs for a bit. If you're spending a week in port, then yes. Which that would have meant that this trip to Glisten from Tuwaiq would have taken 14 weeks total. Which is fine. If that's what you guys want to do, you can spend your social amount. But if you're just spending a long enough amount of time and pushing your morale into the tank, only spending a day or two in port and then jumping again, that 7 week jump period would have probably taken you closer to like 9 weeks. Then no, you don't have to. It's up to you. But any amount of time, anything a week or more that you're spending on a planet, you really should be paying your social to do upkeep.
I'll pay at the layover and glisten then.
Okay, yeah. I would think that if you guys are spending a week on Glisten, then everybody should be paying their social upkeep for that. I would think. And like you said, you could pay that in advance too. Like you could say, well, if you've got enough credits, you could say, well, I'm gonna pay for the next year and just.
Yeah, I paid a year already.
Yeah, I would just do it that way.
And what do you want? You want to call it 12 weeks? That we split, like maybe sometimes we did back-to-back jumps and sometimes we took a week off.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's up to you guys. So this would have taken 14 weeks total. You could have taken 12 weeks, and that would have been around right. But I'm gonna be a little loosey-goosey with time. Like we're somewhere in 1105, but I'm not going to specify exactly, what day we're in 1105 or whatever, because if I do that, then it screws the campaign up because certain things have to absolutely happen at exact times. So I just don't.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't give an exact date. So.
What about for playing for the 3rd?
Yeah, do you guys want to play next week on the 3rd?
I'm not going to be available.
Okay, so you're out. What was that, Salve?
Salve's out.
Okay. Why don't we just go ahead and take next week off then? And we'll just call it now. So we'll be off next week for Independence Day, and we'll pick it up the week after on the 10th.
Thank you.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay, I will talk to you guys in 2 weeks, and Brian, I'll see you on the 2nd for our Thursday night.
Yeah, I'm in.
Town on the Edge of Shadow. All right. I will see you guys in 2 weeks then.
Take care. All. Have a good 4th of July.
Yeah, have a good 4th of July, guys.
Yeah, you guys, everybody have a happy 4th.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.